Alright folks, welcome back. We've got another Warhammer 40,000 battle report at War Games in Middlesbrough today. Please check out their Facebook page, I'll post a link in the description. I'm playing David's Grey Knights today, and the mission is going to be Cleanse and Control, which is just drawing 3 cards each turn. And we've got the 6 objectives. We've got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4's over here in the ruins, 5, and number 6 is back here. So it's 12 inches in deployment, and we'll now take you through the armies. Right, so this is the Blood Angels today. I'm running a Baal strike force. The Lord of War is going to be Commander Dante. The HQ is the Chaplain with a jump pack. He has the Valor's Edge relic. He's going to be running with 8 Death Company, one of which has a Thunderhammer, and of course they all have jump packs. For troops choices, we have 2 5-man tactical squads. Each one of them has a single plasma gun in there, and they're riding in 2 Razorbacks with 2 assault cannons. And we've got another elite choice of a Death Company Dreadnought, just standard with a drop pod dedicated transport. We've then got 2 5-man assault squads. Each squad has 2 melters in them. The sergeant with the black shoulder pads has a melter bomb, and they are riding in 2 free drop pods. Heavy support, we've got a Predator with last cannon sponsons and auto cannon on top. It does have overcharged engines. And we have a Vindicator with a Stormbolter, Siege Shield, and overcharged engines as well. The Warlord trait for the Chaplain is allowing me to re-roll the D3 for when I score cards that specify D3 points. So we'll now take you through David's Grey. Right, so this is David's Grey Knights, and he's going to talk you through it because I don't have a clue about Grey Knights. So this is his Warlord.
So today I'm running a Grandmaster. He's carrying the Soul Glaive and the Demeanor Liber Demonicana. His Warlord trait is the Lawmaster. So currently for psychic powers, we've gone for 4 from Biomancy. So we've got Enfeeble, Warp Speed, Hemorrhage, which gives us the Primaris Smite. I've then got an extra Sonic power from the Demeanor, which I got Gate of Infinity. And then my Warlord trait, Lawmaster, gave me another Sonic power, so I've rolled and got Sanctuary. I'm carrying 2 10-man Grey Knight Terminator squads. They're all with Stormbolters, except 2 side cannons. We've got 2 Demon Hammers, everyone else carrying halberds. The banners unfortunately don't count anymore, so they're just halberds. We then have 2 Grey Knight Dreadnoughts. They're both carrying twin-linked auto cannons. And then to top it off, I've got an extra data scroll, which is just have a quick check, Calidus Assassin. And that's my 1500 points on Grey Knights.
So yeah, this is going to be quite interesting. We'll now dice off for deployment and see who's going to be going first. Right, so here we go. Deployment. We've got the 5-man tactical squad with a plasma and a Razorback here. And we've got the same again here, looking to move forward for these objectives. We've got Death Company with the Chaplain and Dante hiding in the middle along with the Thunderhammer. Hopefully the Calidus doesn't arrive from behind and wipe something out. We've got the Vindicator hiding in the ruins and the Predator at this side. Meanwhile, on David's side, we've got 1 squad here and another 5-man squad hiding in the ruins round the back. 5 here in these ruins. The other 5 here. We've got 1 of the Dreadnoughts here and 1 hiding in the trees. Now, David does have a Calidus, so he does get a chance to re-roll the seize the initiative. So David, do you want to seize?
Yes, please.
No, he doesn't, but he can re-roll it. No, so we'll move on to Blood Angels, turn 1. Alright, so the cards that I've drawn are Noble Self-Sacrifice, Kingslayer, and Secure Objective 1. So this tactical squad have jumped out with the Razorback, and the Razorbacks moved up hopefully get a line of shot in with the assault cannon. These Marines have pulled forward just to grab objective 1 for me, backed up by the Razorback. And the Death Company have pushed forward, but not too far. Not too far yet. I don't want to be charged by the Grey Knights. I want to make sure that I try and get the charge. The Vindicator's moved forward 12 inches through the ruins past its dangerous terrain. And the Predator has pulled sideways, looking to hopefully get a shot at the Dreadnought in them ruins. Drop pods arrived. The Melter pod tried to get here close enough to the Dreadnought, but did back up. Still within range of melters though. And the Death Company Dreadnought, again, trying to get close in on the Terminators here. And yeah, scattered back a little bit. So, that is the end of the movement. We'll now move on to the shooting phase. Alright, so shooting phase, the Blood Angel Melter guns were just within the 6-inch range, and I managed to get a single pen on the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought is now mobilised, but he's still firing at full ballistic skill. The Dreadnought here, the Death Company Dreadnought, unloaded the Stormbolter and the Melter gun at the Terminators, and unfortunately didn't cause any wounds. Both the Stormbolters from the drop pods as well caused 2 wounds, and David passed his saves. The Vindicator decided to have a pop, thinking, yep, nice, we've got a big nice squad of Terminators here, and unfortunately he scattered 7 inches back into the trees. Down here, the Las Pred with the autocannon on the top shot all the way through the ruins and managed to get a single pen on the Dreadnought in the ruins. David failed his cover save, so he is now snap shooting. The Marines here have ran forward, and these guys as well. And the assault cannon from this Razorback managed to kill a single Terminator on this side. So, the only points I score are secure objective 1, and I'm going to discard noble self-sacrifice. Alright, so Grey Knight's turn 1, David has drew secure 5, secure 4, and hold the line. So, these Terminators have shuffled forward sideways, looking to probably get the side cannon down on the Vindicator. The Dread here has pulled out of the ruins, again looking to probably take the Vindicator out. These guys all pushing forward to get rid of them for hold the line. And the Terminators here have moved through cover, but we're just leaving the room where it is for the moment. So they are right on the doorstep there for the moment, securing objective 4. So we'll now move into the Grey Knight Psychic phase. Alright, so in the Grey Knight Psychic phase, David decided his Grandmaster was going to cast Force, which I managed to stop, but then the unit cast Force, which activated the Grandmaster's Soul Glaive anyway. He also tried to get off Warp Speed, which failed. The unit here, however, did get Sanctuary off, and both Rifle Dreads tried to get Sanctuary, and both failed, unfortunately. So, I think I'm going to say bye-bye to these Marines here. We'll now move on to the Grey Knight shooting phase. Right, so in the shooting phase, this Rifle Dread and the side cannon from these Terminators managed to get 2 hull points off the Vindicator, and he is snap shooting next turn, so that means no battle cannon for them. These guys here unloaded everything into the Assault Marines, and only one of them fell to the fire from the Stormbolters. Over this side, both squads of Terminators shot the side cannons and a crack grenade each at the Death Company Dreadnought, and 2 side cannon shots went through. We did roll a shaken or stunned result, but the Death Company Dreadnought does ignore those. So we'll now move on to the Grey Knight Assault phase. Right, so in the Assault phase, the Assault Marines didn't get any hits on Overwatch, unfortunately, and the Grandmaster, as expected with the rerolls, cut down the 4 Marines there. Over this side, the Death Company Dreadnought did manage to cut down one of the Halberd Terminators, and with their grenades they managed to get the single glance that they needed to take his last hull point off. So at the end of Grey Knight's turn 1, David scores secure objective 4. He does score hold the line, as he has 3 units in his deployment zone, and he also scores first blood, so that is 3-1 to Grey Knight. Right, so Blood Angels turn 2, we have behind enemy lines, Kingslayer, and secure objective 2. I've rolled for the drop pod. Now I do have to roll and get a 6 for it due to the Calidus. Unfortunately I didn't get a 6, so the drop pod is not in. For the time being though, this Razorback was pushed forward, looking to possibly take out some of the Marines there and maybe push it forward. The tactical Marines on both squads here push forward, hopefully try and take out some of the Terminators here, and the Razorback. Death Company, Dante and the Chaplain are charging forward. We're going to look to try and take some of these guys out over here. The Vindicator passed its dangerous terrain, thank God, to get back into the ruins, hide in his back armour. I'm expecting the Calidus to probably come and wipe it out next turn. And the Predator has moved just slightly, looking to hopefully try and take this Dreadnought out here. Right, so in the shooting phase, this Razorback was flat out at 12 with its overcharged engines to get me behind enemy lines. These guys took casualties from both the tactical squads. David didn't pass any of his invuns with the plasma guns, and then the assault cannon from the Razorback here managed to kill another one as well. He has passed his leadership test though, so that Grey Knight is standing strong. Over this side, the Predator managed to shoot through, and both last cannons failed to do anything, but the auto cannon managed to get a glance, so he's now down to 1 hull point. Both of the drop pods here have shot at the Stormbolters at this squad and didn't cause any casualties. I didn't shoot any of the Death Company, as I didn't want to minimise the charge distance over to them. So we'll now move into the assault phase. Right, so in the assault phase, the Death Company charged at the Grandmaster over here. David got 2 wounds with Stormbolters, now failed 2 3-ups and feel no pains. If one of them had survived, I'd have made the charges. I got a 9-inch charge, but there is a little bit of cover there, and unfortunately the Chaplain is 7.5 inches away, so he doesn't make it. So at the end of my turn, I do score objective 2, and I do score behind enemy lines, and I think I'm going to discard Kingslayer. So at the end of Blood Angel's turn 2, the score is 3-3. Right, so David has drew secure objective 5, assassinate, and secure objective 5. So let's see what he can do. He's done his movement. This Terminator's pulled back to take out the Razorback. And these Terminators are coming for Dante and the Chaplain. This is going to be an interesting fight to see what happens. This Dreadnought is pulled sideways, probably looking to get some shots down on the tactical squad of the Razorback here. This guy is going to be taking pop shots at the Vindicator that's in there. And these guys are making a move for objective 5. They're going to need a 5-inch run to get across there. And this squad has gotten a 6-inch move straight up into the ruins to stay back on objective 4. So we now go into the psychic and shooting phase. Right, so in the psychic phase, the Grandmaster tried to get off warp speed and unfortunately periled and took a wound. The rest of the unit though does have force and hammer hand, and they enfeebled the unit here, so he's going to be denying me any form of save other than invuns, so it's going to be interesting. The Knight over here did get hammer hand as well, so I think I can pretty much say goodbye to the Razorback that's over there. So we'll now move into shooting. Right, so in the shooting phase, these guys got a 6-inch run onto objective 5, which secures objective 5 twice. These guys took a pot shot at the drop pod and unfortunately didn't do any damage. The Rifle Dread down here got a glance on the Vindicator in the ruins, and I failed my forward cover, so the Vindicator is wrecked. Meanwhile, the biggest damage was here. I've lost the Chaplain and a boatload of Death Company due to being enfeebled, and yeah. So the Warlord has been dragged down, the Warlord Chaplain, and Dante did tank a couple of wounds, but with who's left, we don't know which way this is going to go. But the thinned out numbers of the Death Company, yeah, the Blood Angels are going to be feeling that. Meanwhile, this Dreadnought, David was going for assassinate, but couldn't quite make it to this Sergeant. We only lost 1 to the fire from the auto cannon. So we'll now move on to the assault phase. Right, so in the assault phase, these guys have all charged in as expected. Dante actually got a hit in on Overwatch, wounded the Grandmaster, but he managed to look out sir and then pass his invuln. So he has made it in. Dante has challenged the Grandmaster and he's accepted. So we're going to film that challenge. So Dante gets to go first at initiative 6 with 5 attacks. What's the Grandmaster's weapon skill, David?
6.
And where is Dante? Dante is actually 6.
Ooh, 4.
So 4s, and I don't get any rerolls because of the chaplain. That's brutal. And then I'm strength 6, toughness 4.
You're not strength 6.
Axes +2 strength.
-1 for enfeeble. Strength 5.
Ah. 2 wounds.
2 forts.
1 cocked.
It's fine.
Ah, he's fine. So, Grandmaster gets hit Dante back.
5 attacks.
Yep.
Hitting on 4s with rerolls. Luckily. 3 hits.
Yep. Wounding on 2s, is it?
Yeah, he's strength 5, 4, 6, 7. So strength 7, yeah.
And I'm toughness 3. Oh, 1 wound.
1's though, because he rerolls all wounds. 3.
3. And what AP was it?
3, so 2
Oh, 2 up saves. Dante tanks them. We've then got the Death Company and the Halberds going at the same time. So I've got 6 attacks from 2 Death Company. That's 2 hits. And I'm strength 3, yeah?
Yes.
2 wounds.
2 saves. They're fine.
Fine, yep.
2 attacks base, 1 for charging. Put on 2. That many. Hit on 4s.
That's a lot.
Take out those, don't on that, and then 2.
And then killing on 2s.
7. Yep, so killing on 2s. Kills 4 of them.
So 3 would eat up the last Death Company,
Yep.
but then I get a 2 up save on Dante.
Correct.
Fine.
And then I've got a hammer.
Yep.
So hit on 4s.
No, the Death Company. Oh, yeah, it's at the same time. No, Hammer's last.
Hammer's 1.
Majority weapon skill 6 now, though, because there's only Dante left.
Still hit on 4s, so 2 hits.
Yep.
And strength 10, so 2s. 2 invuns on Dante.
2 4-ups. Takes a wound, but he's still alive.
Cool.
Right, so we just rolled the leadership off camera, and Dante does pass his leadership. I've elected not to hit and run. I'm going to stay in the challenge with the Grandmaster in the hopes of being able to bring him down. Over here, this Terminator managed to get a glance and a pen on the Razorback and destroyed the assault cannon. So he is neutered, but I'm hoping it'll keep me possibly line breaker if I survive that long. But yeah, David does score secure objective 5 twice. He got assassinate for killing the chaplain. He got slay the warlord for killing the chaplain. So that puts the score at 7-3. Right, so I've drew secure objective 2, secure objective 5, and harness the hungry for glory. I've moved these Marines back and these ones forward, and David's pointed out something that I should have done. I should have actually hit and ran, because I had a lot of plasma that could have rapid fired at these guys, and the melter pod as well, and I could have seriously damaged that squad. So never mind, I could have then charged Dante back in and issued another challenge, but never mind. The drop pod did come in on this side, and the assault marines have jumped out into the ruins there to secure objective 5. I don't think I'm going to be able to get objective 2 unless I kill these guys, which is now looking doubtful, but let's see what we can do. Right, so in the shooting phase, this plasma gunner failed to wound the Terminator over there, and that means I'm losing the Razorback. I was just trying to get the Razorback out of the way so I could get the Marines to shoot at them. These guys haven't done anything. I should have actually pushed them forward and getting the shots in on the Dreadnought. Theirs is on 1 hull point. So the Razorback did take a shot out, but unfortunately it didn't do any damage. The 3 drop pods here and the assault squad, as well as the Predator that moved sideways, managed to take out 2 of the Terminators on this side, and they did pass their leadership test, so unfortunately I'm facing a hammer and a side cannon at this side. So that's it for the shooting phase. We're now going to move on to the assault phase. Right, so in combat, Dante managed to inflict 2 wounds on the Grandmaster where he passed his invuns. Grandmaster inflicted 3 wounds back on Dante, and I rolled 2 1s. The rest of the force managed to get a few extra wounds in, but I passed all my saves, and the hammer failed to wound as well. So Dante is still there with 1 wound. I've elected not to hit and run again, as I figure I would just probably get gunned down, and that opens David's Grandmaster up to go after something else. So I'm going to stay there and in the hopes that I can bring him down, depending on whether he gets warp speed off or not. So I do score secure objective 5, so that puts the score at 7-4. Right, so Grey Knight's turn 3. David has drew secure objective 2 and secure objective 1. He also drew Kingslayer, so we've already rolled for that as the chaplain's dead, and he scored 3 points for that. So straight away before these objectives, he's already on 10. The Calidus has finally came on from this side and is going after this tactical squad. Big mistake me not Dante hit and running last turn. I think that's probably cost me the game now, but we'll see. This Terminator has moved round to probably take out the Razorback and move on to objective 6 if that one comes up. This Rifle Dread is pulled back into the ruins, looking to probably shoot down the Razorback here. And both Terminator squads on this side has pushed forward as well, probably looking to take out the Assault Marines there. Right, so in the Psychic phase, down here, David's getting off, what was it, Sanctuary, Hammer Hand, Enfeeble, Force, Warp Speed.
Warp Speed, Enfeeble, Force, Hammer Hand, and Sanctuary.
Yeah, so he got them all off. He rolled a 1, which meant I only had a single dice, and every power he rolled, he got off twice, so I didn't even get to stop anything. In the shooting phase, however, over this side, both squads of Terminators have unloaded, and there's 1 Melt Marine left. We actually checked as well, and you can probably see from here, but that Rifle Dread can actually see through the ruins there at the Marines. So he cut 1 down. This Dread here cut 1 of the Marines down here, and the Calidus shredded 2 of the Marines there. They passed their leadership as well as the lone melter guy. So in assault phase, I think Dante is probably going to go down, and this lonely Marine in the ruins is probably going to go as well. Right, so in the assault phase down here, these guys charged in. The Halberd went for the Melter Marine and didn't cut him down, and the Hammer didn't do anything to the drop pod, unfortunately. Over here, it was brilliant. Wish we'd filmed it. The Grandmaster got how many attacks did he have? 8 attacks. Wounded Dante 6 times altogether with the rerolls, and Dante absolutely tanked it like a boss. Not a single one was rolled. He swung back, got 2 wounds, and failed 2 saves. Right, so over here in the assault phase, the Grandmaster slammed 8 attacks into Dante and got 6 wounds altogether with all of them rerolls, and Dante tanked it like a boss with his 2-up armor save. He swung back and got 2 wounds despite being enfeebled, and David failed 2 of his saves, so the Grandmaster was brought down along with 1 of the halberds as well. Dante was then smashed by the halberds themselves and the Thunderhammer. Unfortunately, he just physically couldn't take that many hits from them all. So David does secure objective 2. Are you keeping objective 1?
Where is it, that one there?
It's here.
Yeah, I'm keeping that.
So he's keeping that one. He did charge the Calidus at the Tactical Marines here, and unfortunately failed the charge despite fleet, and the Marines did manage to get a single wound on her. So at the end of Grey Knight's turn 3, this score is 11-5, because I've just gotten Kingslayer. Right, so I've drew secure objective 1, Blood and Guts, and I've still got Hungry for Glory. So to get Blood and Guts and Hungry for Glory, the Tactical Marines are converging on the Assassin. Let's hope we can do some damage. The Razorback here is pulled forward slightly, but it is still secure objective 1. I want that Rifle Dread gone. That Razorback was pushed forward. David passed a leadership test. I tried to tank shock the Grey Knight out of the way. And over this side, the only thing I've got to do is move the Predator back to try and take that guy out again. It's like a gunslinger match over this side, so we'll see what damage the shooting phase does. Right, so the shooting phase, the last cannons tore through the Rifle Dread over this side. The drop pods decided to shoot at the Terminators here and here and didn't cause any casualties. This Razorback got a single glance on the Dread there, and David failed his cover save, so that Dread has been brought down. The Razorback, meanwhile, is running away flat out at his full 12 inches. Meanwhile, down here, we came across an interesting rules query. On the Calidus Assassin's data slate, it says on the turn, the game turn that she arrives, you have to snap shoot at her. Well, technically, this is a new game turn. It's game turn 4, which means that obviously the assassins, if they're going second, essentially the whole snap shooting thing doesn't really work. So me and David diced it off and basically said that we can shoot at full ballistic skill because it's a new game turn. If anyone knows if it's been FAQ'd or anything, if you can post in the comments, we'd really appreciate that. But basically, yeah, all these bow pistols piled in, I managed to strip another wound off the Calidus. So yeah, we're going to go into the assault phase. Right, so here we go. We lost 2 Marines out of the 4. They charged first to the Overwatch, and then the Sergeant challenged the Assassin. The Assassin accepted and cut the Sergeant and the remaining Marine down, whilst this Sergeant and Marine, thanks to Furious Charge, managed to get 2 wounds in, and David failed both of his saves, unfortunately. So, that does score me Hungry for Glory for issuing a challenge. I get Blood and Guts for killing something in the assault phase, and the Razorback holds objective marker 1. So that does get me 3 points. That puts me at 7 to 11. Yes. But just before we move on to Grey Knight's turn 4, as you can probably expect, that Marine was cut down. So let's move on to Grey Knight's turn 4. Right, here we go. So Grey Knight's turn 4. David has drew Secure 1, Secure 3, and he's got Hungry for Glory. I've got 1 character left, who's here. So this Terminator's moving forward, probably looking to thin out the tactical squad, and as expected, this Terminator squad is coming for the Razorback. I knew I was in a situation where I was going to get charged, but I had to take out the Rifle Dread. So we'll see if they survive. These guys are pushing forward to take out both drop pods, and the Hammernator and the side cannon probably heading towards the Predator. So let's see what happens in the psychic and shooting phase. Right, so we've done the entire of Grey Knight's turn 4. This guy managed to kill the Sergeant with his Stormbolter. He's the only one he could see, and then the Marine failed his leadership test and ran back 3 inches. These Terminators here managed to get a glance on the, a pen on the Razorback with a side cannon. They got hammer hand off and charged it, and obviously wrecked it to bits. Over this side, these also got hammer hand, and they've destroyed the pod. And these guys also got hammer hand and destroyed the pod as well. A couple of hull points coming in from side cannons, and the rest obviously from the halberds and the hammers. So we do score objective 1, and what was the other card? Discarded Hungry for Glory, issue a challenge, as the only character was killed down here. So David still has secure objective 3. Now move into Blood Angels, turn 5. Right, so I've drew secure objective 6, domination, and secure objective 3. Done the entire turn. This Marine has rallied. He rapid fired at this guy here, and David passed both of his saves. The Razorback pulled back 12 and then flat out at just enough to grab objective number 6 there. Meanwhile, down here, the Predator moved 12 inches to secure objective 3. Managed to kill 1 guy there with the last cannons. He is going to need a leadership check, so we'll do that in a second. And the Lonely Drop Pod shot at him as well. Did cause a wound, but passed his save. So, as it stands at the minute, I do get 2 points, and the Grey Knight has passed his leadership. So, that puts me at, is it 8, 11? So yeah,
8-12.
8-12, and I've got 4 units left with not a lot. So we'll now move into Grey Knight's turn 5 and see if David can defeat the remaining members of the Blood Angels. Alright, so Grey Knight's turn 5. David drew secure objective 1, which is here, secure objective 6, and secure objective 3, which is there. So we've done the entire movement and the entire turn. This guy moved forward, tried to get hammer hand off, but I managed to stop it. As a result, in the assault phase, he didn't get a single glance on the Lonely Razorback with 1 hull point. So the Razorback survives. David does have a combined arms attachment and trumps me on objective 6, so he does score that. These guys here shot through at the Predator and managed to get an immobilized result, but they still secure objective 1. And on this side here, This lonely Terminator did shoot at the front with a side cannon and charged in with hammer hand and managed to wreck the the Predator. Where he stands though, he is just within 12 inches to get line breaker if the game ends. So we'll cancel my line breaker out for the Razorback over there. So as it stands now, was that 13 points?
14.
14 to my 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus my Slayer the Warlord is 10. So it's 14-10. Does the game continue? And it does. So let's see what this Marine can do. Right, so turn 6, the Blood Angels drew Valor of Angels, Supremacy, and Aerial Assault. So it was really quick. The Marine that was here shot at the Terminator, didn't do any damage. The Razorback flat outed over there to try and hide, and the drop pod shot the guys here, didn't cause any wounds. We then moved straight into Grey Knight's turn 6, and David drew Secure Objective 5, Secure 4, and Secure 3. So he has secured 5 over here with the Terminators that are in the ruins, and they managed to shoot down the Razorback over there. Even with a 4 cover save, he got a single glance with a side cannon and failed it, so denied me line breaker. But the guy down here moved on to objective number 3, and he also has line breaker. So the last thing to do was for these guys to take out the lonely tactical Marine. So the Blood Angels have been absolutely pummeled by the Grey Knights, but it's been an absolutely great game with David. He's got some great banter, and hopefully I'll be playing the Grey Knights again very, very soon. So obviously, like I said, there is a victory for the Grey Knights. Please check out the rest of the channel and more battle reports, and hopefully I'll see David again very, very soon.